Hi guys, so I've just finished watching this movie at the cinema theater. It is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. So, this movie, I love it so much. It's just so freaking fantastic. I love all the visuals, the actors, the music, the violence in it. It's just so gripping. I couldn't take my eye off it anytime. So, basically, it's just really gripping. And yeah, I'm just gonna quickly go through the plot of this movie through Wikipedia. IMF agent Ethan Hunt is tasked with the mission to retrieve half of her cruise key from his alien friend, Ilsa Salt Faust, on whom the IMF has placed a bounty. He travels the empty quarter in the Arabian desert, where he obtains a half key from Faust. Back in the United States, Ethan infiltrates a meeting in the U.S. intelligence community where officials of various intelligence agencies, including CIA Director Eugene Kittergate and Director of National Intelligence Deliner, discuss an experimental artificial intelligence referred to as the Entity. Originally designed to sabotage digital systems, the entity, when rough, achieved sentience and infiltrated the major defense, military systems, and intelligence networks of the world. Various world powers are now racing against time to protect their national security and harness the entity by using the key, though the exact means of control the key ensures unknown. Believing that the entity poses too great a threat to humanity, Ethan seeks to destroy it. He and his teammates, Benji Dunn and Luther Sticktel, traveled to Abu Dhabi International Airport to intercept the holder of the other half of the key. Anthony invades agents of the intelligence community as well as Gabriel, an Entity liaison with ties to Ethan's pre-IMF past, while the half key is stolen by professional chef Grace on behalf of a buyer. Meanwhile, Luther identifies a piece of baggage containing a nuclear explosive sent by the entity. Benji narrowly defuses it, only to find it empty. Rattled by the entity's seeming precognition and appearance of Gabriel, Ethan pursues Grace alone. In Rome, Ethan tracks down Grace before community agents and Gabriel close in. After a lengthy chase, Grace escapes again, while Ethan reunites with his team and Faust. With Benji and Luther providing support, Ethan and Ilsa infiltrate a party held by the arms dealer, Alana Metropolis, in Venice, hoping to find Grace's buyer and learn the purpose of the key. At the party, Grace encounters Gabrielle and learns that Alana had hired her to steal the half key. Ethan unsuccessfully attempts to dissuade a fearful Alana from stealing the key. Gabrielle tells the group that the entity has infiltrated the party and determined that one of Ethan's allies, either Ilsa or Grace, would die. They all scattered afterwards, with Ethan sparing but subduing Gabrielle's subordinate, Paris. Gabrielle subdues Grace and kills Faust before Ethan can intervene, devastating him. A remorseful Grace is convinced to join Ethan's team, but they prepare to board the Innsbruck Brown Orion Express, where Lena will meet with her buyer. Luther leaves for an off-grid location to investigate isolated traces of the entity in his hard drive, warning Ethan not to kill Gabrielle out of vengeance, as the entity already expects him to. On the train, Gabrielle kills the engineer and fireman, destroys the throttle and brake before meeting Decliner, who proposes an alliance between himself and the entity. Delinger explains that the complete key unlocks the chamber housing the computer of the Russian submarine Sevastopol, which was attacked and sunk by an early version of the entity after it infected the system and tricked the crew into destroying the submarine with their own torpedoes. Alright, I did turn the microphone. This early version is still isolated on the submarine, and whoever can access it can devise the means to either control or destroy the entity once and for all. Gabriel kills Dellinger and attempts to kill Paris, who the entity has determined will betrayed them because Ethan has spared her life in Venice, im- impersonating Elena. So basically, impersonating is a new word for me. I need to look it up on the dictionary. Impersonate means pretend to be as an entertainment in order to deceive someone. Okay, so it means to disguise as someone else is not your authentic self. Grace brings the complete key to the buyer, whom she learns to be Kittriget. Though tempted to betray Ethan for $100 million and protection for herself, she decides against it, pickpockets the key from Kittriget, and flees. Soon after, Kittriget and Alina's brother Zola and his henchmen discover Grace's deception and go after her. Ethan parachutes off a furlong's cliff onto the train to save Cruz, but Gabrielle acquires the key. Ethan overpowers Gabrielle on top of the train, but the latter escapes and detonates the bridge ahead. Well, basically, detonate means to explode or cause to explode. Grace and Ethan detach the locomotive from the rest of the train, saving all the passengers. Just before they are about to plunge down the broken bridge, they are saved by Paris, who informs Ethan of the key's connection to the Sevastopol before falling unconscious from her injuries. As Ethan flees the train with the complete key, which he had pickpocketed from Gabrielle during the skirmish, Grace informs Kittriget that she has chosen to join the IMF. And that's the end of the part 1. I'm still looking forward to the part 2 too. And yeah, we'll do more research about this. Let's see. Whether Mission Impossible Mission has part 2, and when the release dates of part 2. Mission has part 2. Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 will hit theaters on June 28th, 2024. That's less than a year away. For those of you keeping track at home, oh wow, I'm so excited for this one. But let's see the relationship between the main character, which is obviously is Tom Cruise and Hayley Atwell. Tom Cruise and G. Atwell, who is Gracie Ethanson's Cruise new-sparring partner. Cruise and director are more like two uncles. In an interview with The Independent published Saturday, the agent Carter shut down the romance. Tom Cruise is literally single. Alright. Grace. That's basically